Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session or yoga meditation, the first of hopefully many more to come. And on today's sequence, we will do some spine relaxation, mostly upper body relaxation. It's not going to be tough. It's not going to be long, hopefully. And I really hope you like it. So we're going to start on our child's pose. If you can, try sending your hips all the way back to your heels. And let's relax in this pose for a few breaths. Let's come, feel the ground beneath us. And our next exhale, we're going to come into our tabletop position, making sure that our wrists are positioned below our shoulders and our knees below our hips. Keeping neutral spine. Imagine that your navel is traveling up towards your spine. And on your next exhale, I want you to thread the needle. So we're going to start with our left hand. And what we're going to do is drive our left hand just below the rest of our body, all the way to beyond the mat. And we're going to stay there for a couple of breaths. Breathe in, and on our exhale, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. We're going to breathe in and go to our other side, our right arm. I want you to identify the sensations and see how that feels on your lats, on your shoulders, and on your arm. With your next exhale, come back to tabletop position. And from here, we're going to do cats and cows. Now, when we start with our cow, we want to breathe in our cow, curving the spine, tilting up the pelvis, and pointing our nose up to the floor, to the ceiling. And on our exhale, we're coming back to our cat, driving the spine upward, same with the shoulder blades, and rotating the hip inward. And we're going to do 3 more of these at your own pace. Breathe in on your cow. Breathe out on your cat. On our inhale, we're going to come back to our tabletop position and keeping a 90-degree angle in our legs, we want to set our arms forward and come into our puppy pose. It should look something like this. But what we're going to do is that we're gonna tuck our toes under and we're gonna rock forward, sending our hips to the ground and back, making it a bit more dynamic. And feeling a slight stretch at the front of your body. On our next exhale, we're gonna go into our downward dog, bringing our palms closer on a tabletop position, and from here, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal your legs, stretch, and engage your shoulders. Make sure to engage your shoulders and imagine that with your shoulders you're pushing your hips up to the ceiling. Once you're settled in your position, we're gonna do our first vinyasa. So we're gonna come into our tabletop position. We're gonna do, if you prefer, a half chaturanga, cobra or forward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Second vinyasa. And we're going to stay in our downward dog for 3 breaths. On our exhale, we're going to send our left leg in between our arms. And we're going to come into a high lunge. We're going to stay there for a couple of breaths. And when we feel ready, we're going to bring our right arm all the way to the ground into our twist. Make sure to keep your right knee above your ankle, not going beyond your toes, just above your ankle. Okay, when you're ready, on your next exhale, high lunge. Come up to the front of the mat. Breathe in. Now we're going to send our left to the back into our high lunge, but on our other side. And when you're ready, you're going to bring your left leg to the ground and twist. On your exhale, I want you to come into the mountain pose. On your mountain pose, I want to imagine that your feet are like tripods. One point of contact is the ball of your toe, of your big toe, Another point of contact is the ball of your pinky toe, and the other point of contact is your heel. And I want you to ground yourself there for a couple more breaths. Make sure that your pelvis is neutral and your shoulders are rolled back. If you're not sure about that, you can take a small shrug and relax. Now, when you're ready, 5-pointed star. We take a step back with our right leg. We come into our 5-pointed star. Breathe in here, breathe out. Left foot facing forward, right foot stays where it is. Bend the left knee, warrior 2. You're gonna stay here for a few breaths. Make sure that your pelvis is neutral. Imagine that your coccyx is pointing down. You want to point your tailbone down to the ground. And on your exhale, without moving your front leg, I want you to do a reverse warrior. Driving your right arm on your right leg and right hand up in the sky, and if you can, pointing to the other side of the room. Breathe in, and then our next exhale, we're gonna come back into warrior 2. Extend both legs, toes, feet facing forward. Breathe in, and on our exhale, our right foot will be pointing now to the other side of the room. Left foot stays where it is, and come into our warrior 2. Breathe in, exhale, reversed warrior. Inhale, exhale, come back to 5-pointed star. And from here, we're gonna turn the left foot to the other side of to the left side of your mat. Come back. The right foot is joining into our chair pose. I want you to feel your quadriceps activating here. This is very strong for the legs. And by this time, your shoulders might be burning, so feel free to relax a little bit or come into a prayer pose. Okay. Arms down into a prayer pose. Twist to the left side. And if you're feeling balanced enough today, I want you to send your right leg to the back into a lunge. These twists are really helpful for allowing the spine to relax. Breathe in, and then in our exhale, we're gonna come back to our chair pose. Mountain pose. Little shrug, relax the shoulders, allow those legs to take a break. Take another breathe in. And on your exhale, come back into that chair pose. Inhale, and on our exhale, bring your hands into prayer and twist. Now to the right side. Once again, feel free to stay here or send your left leg back into a lunge, which I'm really not achieving today. Okay, in your next exhale, we're gonna come back to center. Join our left leg with our right leg. Inhale, extend our arms. Exhale, mountain pose. Breathe in here. Breathe out, forward fold. You can slightly bend your knees, bring your arms to the ground. And if you want, maybe hug your elbows and swing your arms so they feel heavy and you can get a good stretch. Okay, arms down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. And from here, we're gonna come down into our Malasana. Now, for those who can, Malasana is pretty much a full squat. If you can, go all the way down on your squat, and if you can't, I'll show you how you can come down. So, breathe in, arms up to the ceiling. Breathe out, slowly come down into your squat. You can keep your toes like this. Again, if you can come into full squat, you can come into your full squat. The point here is to manage a counter pose to what we've been doing. You want to use your elbows to open your inner thighs. Feel a bit of a stretch there as well. And on our next exhale, we're gonna carefully come to sit. Go to the back part of your mat and actually lay down. And we're gonna bring our left knee to the chest to stretch the glutes because they have been put through some effort. And when you're ready, come into a one-legged twist. So extend your left arm, and with your right arm, bring your knee to your right side, your left knee to your right side. Inhale, exhale, bring your knee back, extend it, and now let's stretch the right glute. Inhale, exhale to open up your chest and drive the right knee all the way to the left side with your left hand. You're going to stay here for a couple more breaths. We're going to bring our knee back, extend, and we're going to finish off with thread the needle again. But in this version, we're not just staying here. We're extending our right arm, and we want to make sure that our cheek is feeling the ground, and we're feeling a stretch on this side of the body as well. Inhale, exhale, come back into tabletop position. Inhale, send your right arm to the opposite side and the left arm in front of you. This is a good stretch to relax the shoulders, as we have put some tension in them on our warrior two position. Now, exhale to come back into our child's pose. You can stay here, or you can send your arms to the back to allow for the back to open up. Bring your arms next to your forehead. Push the ground away from you. Come into any seated position. And we're going to close our practice with a few breaths. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and feel how your belly expands. And breathe out, feel how your belly and your thorax contracts. Now, I want you to breathe in for 4 seconds. 4 seconds breathe in and 4 seconds breathe out. So let's start. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1. At your own pace, let's do this another 4 times. Okay, now that's the end of the practice. I hope you enjoy that. And yes, I will be uploading more videos like this. Hopefully improve my guidance and help you feel better after a few stretches and breathings. Anyway, thank you very much. See you soon.